Good morning and welcome to this virtual attorneys admission class. My name is Justice Sylvia Hines Radix from Kings County, and today I'm joined by my colleagues, Justice Colleen Duffy from Westchester County, Justice Angela Ionashi from Nassau County, and Justice Linda Christopher from Westchester County. First, please allow me to congratulate you on your having completed law school, your graduation, and on passing the bar. You are now acknowledging the culmination of all of your hard work and dedication. You should be very proud of yourselves. We meet here virtually, which has become our new normal. Normally, we would have this ceremony in the courthouse at 45 Monroe Place, in the grandeur of our courtroom. And with all of your families and friends and loved ones there seeing you. However, due to the pandemic, we are forced to keep socially distant. Hopefully, there will be a time in the very near future when we will be able to return to this ceremony and return it to its rightful place. Indeed, the pandemic has taken a lot from us, but it cannot take away your success. You have each earned the right to stand here today and take an oath to join the legal profession. This is only the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. Before I administer your oath, please allow me to thank the people who have made this ceremony possible. Thank you to the Committee on Character and Fitness for their tireless and dedicated service in ensuring that each of our candidates' applications have been processed in an expeditious manner. And I would also be remiss if I did not thank our incredible IT department, who worked tirelessly to ensure that you are able to have this ceremony today. And also, let me thank our Deputy Chief Clerk, Mr. Darrell Joseph. In a few moments, Mr. Joseph will present the application for the admission of your class, and I will then administer the oath of office and speak with you for a few minutes. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, please remain connected with Mr. Joseph for instructions, including the signing of the roll of attorneys, without which your admissions cannot be finalized. This court will now hear the motion from Mr. Joseph.
Good morning, Your Honor. If it please the court, may I present this class of candidates from the 2nd, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 13th Judicial Districts. Each of them has participated in the Pro Bono Scholars Program, having performed pro bono legal services to persons of limited means. All have been certified by the State Board of Law Examiners and approved by your committee. On behalf of the committee, I respectfully move their admission to practice.
Now, candidates, this is one of the few times, or that are the only time, that you will see my colleagues and I vote in open court. So, colleagues, what sayeth thou to the motion? All thumbs up. Thank you so very much, and thank you, Mr. Joseph. The motion is hereby granted. And now, please raise your right hand, listen to the oath, and at the conclusion, please respond, I do. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Attorney and Counselor at Law of the State of New York to the best of your ability?
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Congratulations. Now, on behalf of Presiding Justice Hector D. LaSalle and the Associate Justices of this court, allow me to be the first to say, welcome to the practice of law. We congratulate you, your families, and friends for your reaching this milestone in your career. I know you're overjoyed and maybe a little overwhelmed, but that is normal and natural. You've now officially embarked on one of the biggest journeys of your lives. This is a time to be joyous, yes, but it's also a time to reflect on all that you have achieved and where you see this path leading you. You have entered into the most noble profession. This profession regulates everything from the simple act of crossing the street to the most complex global relationship with foreign nations. Attorneys and the courts have been creative forces in the growth and development of our nation since its inception. It is not insignificant that almost half of the signers of the Declaration of Independence were attorneys, as well as more than half of our nation's presidents. Ours is a tradition steeped by our legal giants, Thurgood Marshall, Jay Boleyn, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sonia Sotomayor, and innumerable other jurists and attorneys who have shaped the law guaranteeing our rights to education, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, and the rights that permit every citizen access to the courts of our nation. And we hope that here today, there will be those of you who will join those stellar ranks. Just as important are the attorneys whose names we do not know, the ones who fight for justice for the people who cannot afford a high-powered attorney. I'm speaking about the attorneys who represent wrongfully incarcerated inmates in the Innocence Project, who work tirelessly to exonerate people who are unjustly convicted of crimes they did not commit. I'm speaking of the attorneys who fight for health care and adequate housing for seniors and for children who may not have anyone else to stand up for them and make their voices heard. Amongst you today is a class that includes approximately 31 pro bono scholars. These individuals were so designated by their respective law schools. The Pro Bono Scholars Program permitted law students in their last semester of law school to complete in excess of 500 hours of pro bono service in exchange for which they were permitted to take the February bar examination. And upon passing, they were permitted, after graduation, to be admitted. 3 years ago, I had the privilege of swearing in my own daughter, who was a part of a pro bono program. So I'm acutely aware of the amount of work that you've had to do. So I doubly congratulate you. On September 9th of 2017, Chief Judge Janet D. Fiore of the New York State Court of Appeals assembled an emergency legal task force charged with mobilizing pro bono legal assistance efforts on the behalf of some hurricane victims who would require help with home insurance, claims, FEMA benefits, and mortgages. The task force comprised an esteemed group of individuals with expertise in legal administrative issues relating to disaster responses. I know that among this group being sworn in today will be future members of such a task force, charged with helping our citizenry should the need arise to cope with such devastating disasters. You come to this profession at an excellent time, a time that, although equally demanding, is exciting. As we struggle to emerge from this pandemic, you are emerging into an ever more complex world, socially, politically, spiritually, and technologically. Indeed, as one of my former colleagues so eloquently stated, you are the new generation of e-lawyers. You use emails, e-filings, e-tradings, you have events, and we have decisions establishing e-visitation schedules between parents and children. You are the technological giants. So as you entered this profession, I would like to leave with you a few thoughts. Ours is a profession that is very broad and all-encompassing. Find your niche and make your mark. Join bar associations. Find yourself a mentor, someone whose opinion you can trust. Be careful and zealous with your legal ethics. Never be afraid to seek out advice if you are unsure of the decision you are about to make. It is my hope that one day I will see many of you appearing in our courtroom or even becoming judges. There's a final thought I have to leave with you. Celebrating your achievement with you are many people who have played an important role in getting you to this point. They have shared your moments of happiness, and they have suffered with you in your times of despair. Many have struggled and sacrificed with you to see you attain this goal. Please find a special way to thank them. We wish you the best of luck and success. And I leave with you the words of former President Barack Obama. It is you, the young and fearless at heart, the most diverse and educated generation in our history, who this nation is waiting to follow. Good luck in your careers. Thank you.
Nicole Elizabeth Kelly.
Yes, I acknowledge I took the oath.
Peter Anthony Kirby.
Yes, I took the oath.
Kelly Sal Lai.
Yes, I took the oath.
Jenna Marie Lazaro.
Yes, I took the oath.
Warfeng Lee.
Yes, I took the oath.
Frederick John McGovern Jr.
Yeah. Yes, I took.
Say again, sir.
Yes, I took the oath.
Thank you. Megan Elizabeth McDonough.
Yes, I took the oath.
Okay, awesome. That completes the list. All right, what's going to happen next is you will shortly be emailed an extract from our historic roll of attorneys that we're going to ask you to sign your name to and then send it back by reply email. When we did these ceremonies in person in the courtroom at the courthouse, and hopefully in the near future when we return to that in-person ceremony, you would at this point be called to step up to the bench and physically sign your name in a very large book that we call the Roll of Attorneys. In lieu of that process today, you'll be emailed an extract from the roll. So print that out, physically sign your name to it, no e-signatures please, and then send that back by reply email. After that, you should get a confirmation that your signed extract has been received. That marks the time of your official admission. All right, you're not officially admitted until you take that step of signing the roll, sending it back, and getting the confirmation. Don't obsess or panic if you can't do it immediately. It's not required that you do it immediately, but just keep in mind that you're not officially admitted until you go through that process. But once you do, and you are officially admitted, if you need evidence of your admission for purposes of employment, to present to an employer or a potential employer, or perhaps you would like to apply to gain admission to other state courts or to the federal courts, you might need evidence of your admission for that purpose as well. Evidence of your admission can be obtained in the form of what we call a certificate of good standing. And you can obtain one of those easily by visiting the homepage of the Appellate Division 2nd Department. At the bottom of the homepage on the left, you'll find a link called Attorney Matters. Click on that link, and then other options will come up, and you will see Certificate of Good Standing among those options. So you can do that all electronically. The certificate is free of charge. And at your option, if you wish to order one of those fancy admission scrolls to to frame and hang on your wall, you can get an order form for the admission scroll on the court's homepage as well. Again, go to Attorney Matters and you'll find a link for the admission scroll. All right, so that takes care of all of the official business that we have to do today. Congratulations to all of you. I do hope that we have an opportunity to meet in person at the courthouse at 45 Monroe Place at some point in the near future. I commend to you the experience of arguing an appeal, whether it's in this court or in another appellate court. I'm sure you would all enjoy that. Now, before we say goodbye, though, I would like you to join me in thanking what Judge Heinz Radix so rightly and aptly called our tireless and terrific information technology colleagues here at the Appellate Division 2nd Department who've made it possible for you to be admitted today. So once again, I would ask you to unmute your microphones and join me in giving them a round of applause and a woo-hoo if you like.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you, candidates. Congratulations. Mr. Joseph, one of the candidates, Mr. Stephen Cohen, we saw that he dropped out briefly. So, Mr. Cohen, you just hang out and stay with us while the other candidates exit, okay? Thank you, Darrell.
All right, congratulations to all of you. Be well, stay safe. Hopefully see you soon.